Hey, and welcome back to the Lotus Crochet Ignite Show. I am super happy to have you here today. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room right around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lotus Crochet Ignite is hot on the box. I'm going to encourage you, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. Hey, and welcome. We are getting ready to get things going, but guess what? This is not the Lotus Crochet Ignite Show. We are flipping the script in the middle of the day, right? And going right to news you can use. That's right, because Pastor Hillary and Dr. Lotus Crochet are right here with news you could use. So watch this, and we're going to come back and give you some news you could use. Every day, in every way, people need news you. And this type of news will help you be empowered, inspired, and most of all, live your life a bit higher. So welcome to News You Can Use. Share this broadcast with all your friends all around the world as Dr. Lotus Crochet and Pastor Hillary Good brings you great news. Come on in. It's time for news you can use. Let's go. Tag a friend and come on in. All right. Hello, and welcome back to News You Can Use. I am so phenomenally happy that I am here with the co-host of News You Can Use, Pastor Hillary Gooden, and she's going to be coming on the stage in a quick moment. Now, listen, we've got a phenomenal story today for 15 minutes of success. Right, 15 minutes of success, and we have a phenomenal guest, and he'll be joining us momentarily. But before our guest comes, Dr. Pastor Hillary and I are going to chop it up a little bit about what's going on in the world today as it pertains to forgiveness and why forgiveness is so vitally important. And while we're talking about that, our guest is going to tiptoe in, and then we're going to tell you more about his story. He's going to share his life's journey and the great event that he has coming up. So I'm going right backstage to get my co-host, Miss Hillary Gooden. But before I go do that, check her message out.
Hi, busy women leaders. I'm talking to you. Are you juggling your family, your business, your career, and your health? Afraid that if just one ball drops to the ground, everything could fall apart because everybody's looking at you. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're looking for answers, for help that's real help, for solutions. I have Fiber Life Solutions that can help you. I am Hillary Gooden, the Fiber Life Coach, author, speaker, lymphologist, and pastor. I empower busy women leaders with strategies to reduce stress and anxiety while increasing energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, and vitality. Oh yeah, and boost your immunity. If you're ready for that, you say, I need that in my life right now. Let's connect. You can reach me at www.hillarygooden.com. You can direct message me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Hillary Gooden. Or else if you would like to get on a free 20-minute strategy call, a clarity call, go to bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. That's bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body help you live a more vibrant life.
Hey, 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 what can I say? The lady is here herself, Pastor Hillary.
Yes.
How you doing? I'm so happy to have you here. How's everything going?
Everything is wonderful. I'm glad to see you here
Awesome.
from all the way here in Chicago, to see you all the way there, wherever you are in the world.
Yes. I love it. I love it. So look, Pastor Hillary, um, we got 15 minutes of success, and I know we might, have 20 minutes of success. I know we got a great guest today, Dr. Johannes Christian, and by far he has an amazing, amazing story. And
Yeah.
so, of course, folks, for those of you all around the world, some of you we may be just meeting for the first time. I'm Dr. Lotus Roche, and Pastor Hillary, you want to tell them who you are?
Well, I'm Pastor Hillary Gooden, and I'm also author, speaker, show host. I'm a consultant and health, vibrant life health coach. So that's
Yes.
who I am. Yes.
Exactly. And together we host a show called News You Can Use. And we bring news to people all around the world that they can use in their lives. And today we've got a phenomenal, phenomenal show. And we're talking about the face of forgiveness. And the face of forgiveness actually has a name. And his name is Reverend Johannes J. Christian. And he's here with us today. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about just something simple, but very complex at the same time. Crash, smash, blinded. That was the sequence of events as Dr. Johannes Christian drove along the highway, never really expecting someone to drop a boulder from an overpass onto his car. And it crashed right into his window, came right through his windshield, and it smashed his head, his face, breaking nearly every bone, but it didn't break his spirit. It rendered him blind, but it didn't render him without love, without compassion. And so, Pastor Hillary, this amazing man, Dr. Christian, even though he was hurt by this person, he advocated for this person. What do you think about that? Because that's, to me, that's downright amazing.
As you were speaking, I just kept hearing the word resilient. That he is the picture for resiliency. To be able to bounce back and still have his love intact, enough love to be able to forgive, and that's why he calls his movement the face of forgiveness. Yeah. I can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you so much. So, for those of you that may not be familiar with Dr. Johannes Christian, we are not going to delay any further. We are going to bring him out so that you can see him. But before we bring him out, we're going to share something phenomenal with you. So, let me go ahead and grab this and we're going to show it to you. So, Pastor Hillary, what I'd like to do, if you would, can you tell folks about the type of man he is when you met him? Because I know you met him in person.
Yes, we met where we were speaking at the Hope Health and Healing Conference. And the
Right.
first time we met was the night before everything got started. And we met up at the host of the event, met at her home.
Right.
She just received everybody with
Right.
hospitality. They got off the road,
Mhm.
and so that was our first time meeting. and he
Right.
was just one of the speakers.
Mhm.
And she asked me if I would take him, since we were staying at the same hotel, would I bring him in our vehicle because
Mhm.
he flew there
Yeah.
in our vehicle back and forth to the event. And over that course of 3 days,
Mhm.
we became good friends.
Yes,
It's
yes,
it's just
yes,
amazing, because I in taking him back and forth and having lunch together or breakfast together, and just being the one to help to lead him, around the facilities and all of that. We just really became really good friends. And then I saw him again at another event in Kansas City, and the way the Lord hooked it up so
yes.
that we would meet on the same airplane in Chicago. He's in Columbus, Ohio. I'm in Chicago, and we were going to Kansas City. It was just amazing. I said, "This is a friend for life."
Yes,
And
yes, he
he's
is.
a
Yes,
very
he
he's
is.
a really great sense of humor, and but he
Yes,
really has a
yes,
lot of love, and that forgiveness just pours forth. Because every day I'm sure there's some part of him that still has to hang on to that, just being able to forgive what happened to him, to be
exactly.
excited one day and moving forth in your life, and then the next day, in a moment, you don't see anything with your physical eyes, and have to make that large adjustment in your life is, some people
Exactly.
wouldn't have made it through as gracefully as he has.
Exactly. Exactly. That's true. And so I want to thank you, Pastor Hillary, for sharing that. And so for all of you that's out there, go ahead and give Pastor Hillary some L's, put some love in there, and put another L in there for Dr. Johannes Christian. And for those of you all around the world that don't know him yet or know his story, here's a little bit about what he's doing, how he's doing it, and why. And I hope you'll be a part of it. Forgiveness, it can be a challenge. And quite frankly, it's as hard or as easy as we make it. Many people say, what is the face of forgiveness? It's a multifaceted thing. It's a decision that we can make. It's a belief in something greater than ourselves. It's a personal strength. It's the courage to stay positive in unhappy situations. It's the compassion amidst injustice. It's the deep desire to put others' welfare above our own. Once you decide you can forgive, well, the world is your oyster and it will change your life for the better. So join the Face of Forgiveness Walk 2021. That's right, Forgiveness and Reconciliation Uniting America Walk, October 15th through the 30th, 2021. Starting in Columbus, Ohio, finishing in Washington, D.C. Please join us at www.faceofforgiveness.org and grab your ticket to this amazing event today. So, with no further ado, I'd like to bring to you the face of forgiveness himself, the man who reached beyond the pain, who reached beyond things that would have stopped him from reaching out across the waves with love. Please welcome the amazing Reverend Dr. Johannes J. Christian.
Yes, yes. Welcome,
Woo-hoo!
welcome, welcome. Look at them all duded up.
Welcome. How are you? Okay, I think your mic is muted. Let's see if you can unmute your mic. Okay. Hey, Dr. Christian,
Yes.
how are you?
Good
Good morning.
afternoon. I am doing great. How are you?
We are doing fabulous
Yes.
and so
It's so
happy to
good to
have
see
you
you
here.
and to hear you, Dr. Hillary,
Welcome, welcome.
Awesome.
and Dr. Lotus. Thank you so much.
We are happy to have you here. So, Dr. Christian, we were able to share with the people a little bit about your story, about your journey, about how you've come through the hardships of what transpired in your life, but how you chose to be the face of forgiveness in the wake of despair. And so, with that being said, I would love for you to take a moment and tell folks more about you, your mission, and your vision as you prepare for this amazing thing that
All
you
right.
have started called the Walk of the Face of Forgiveness Walk 2021. So, Dr. Christian, please take a moment and tell folks everything you want to tell them about yourself.
Well, from my vantage point, there's really not a lot to tell because I'm just a plain old ordinary person. That I believe sometimes our situations in life help us to find our purpose. I've been preaching a long time before I got hit with the rock. And I think that the rock experience just gave me an opportunity to be able to live the life that I often preached about. And more importantly, it allowed me to be able to be an example of how to live the love that Christ instills in us and to be an example for my children, which was so important to me because when the rock hit me, it not only hurt me, but
Right.
what we call the rippling effect affected my children, my
Right.
mother, who was still alive at that time, my siblings, my church family, and even the national conventions that I belong to, and the community that I live well and praying for my recovery. So I think sometimes it's those experiences that help us to determine our purpose. And one thing I was sure of in my recovery was that I couldn't allow a rock to send me to hell, to take me away from all the things that God had done for me and showed me in my life. I couldn't let that happen. And when you hear a still small voice from God using the scripture, and I did, I heard him say, forgive those who trespass against us as we forgive those who trespass against us. That began to speak volumes in my head because God was telling me that he forgave me for so much of what I had done for the 50 years that I'd been alive. And never once did he complain about forgiving me. And I believe that he was telling me that I needed to show that same kind of grace and mercy in the act of forgiveness to this young boy who had made a horrible decision that changed my life. Um,
Wow.
when you read my book, it'll say a line that says, I should have died that night. I could have died that night.
Right.
But I tell people, but I'm still here.
Exactly.
And I'm
Exactly.
still here by the grace of God.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
so everything that I've done, it's not been just for me. It's been for those around me
Right.
because I wanted.
Okay. And we can't hear you, Dr. Christian.
Yeah.
And if you can have someone turn the light off right behind you because it's kind of glaring.
Uh,
Um, yeah, the
okay.
overhead light.
Yeah. And we put this
Okay.
phone on do not disturb, but it keeps ringing. So I
It's okay
apologize for that.
because you're an amazing person and people need to hear you and see you. So that's great. So here's what I'd like to do, Pastor Hillary. I'd like to take 30 seconds because I see people are streaming in from everywhere. I want to challenge all of you in Africa, Australia, Canada, Florida, Texas, everywhere you're coming in from. I challenge you to take this broadcast, share it to your personal page, share it to your YouTube page, share it all over the world, send it to people all around the world that you know, because this is one of the things we need on the planet more than ever, and that's forgiveness. To look into the face of someone else and let them know that we forgive them. But first, it starts with ourselves, forgiving ourselves. So, Pastor Hillary, I want, and see, she's already working on it. I want to take 30 seconds back to back. So, I'm going to play it twice, folks. 30 seconds for you to share this broadcast with someone else and then put on the comments who you shared with. Okay, let's do that. You got
Hey,
60
Pastor
seconds.
Hillary, Pastor Lotus.
Yes, sir.
Have them share it with CNN and NBC.
Share it with CNNBC. Not only CNNBC, share it with CBS, share it with TNT, share it with every broadcasting association that you can find.
That's right.
All right, here goes. It's your turn to help Dr. Johannes Christian change the way we forgive, making sure that we all are a part of the face of forgiveness. It's your turn. Tag, you're it. Let's share this time to help Dr. Johannes Christian share his story of face of forgiveness. His walk starts on October 15th, where he will be walking all the way from Ohio to Washington, D.C. Join him, help him. Podcast. All right. So we gave them 60 seconds. That 60 seconds went by so fast it didn't even seem like a minute.
Yeah.
So let's get right into the meat of things. We have folks that's streaming in from all over. So I want to say hi to the folks from around the world. We have Neil Jasper Pueblos. He's coming in. He's coming in watching from Tango City. Great to have you here. We've got Ezekiel coming from Manila, Philippines. He's watching the show. We've got Ken's watching from the Philippines. We've got Scarlett watching. Where are you coming in from, Scarlett? She said this is a great topic. And then we've got another Facebook user that's here. We're happy to have you here. Angela Elton's coming in from Washington, D.C. We've got Sarah Beth coming in from the Philippines. Another Facebook user says powerful and love. And then we have the Facebook user say, we love you, Hillary, and are grateful you stepping up and help Dr. Christian. Both of you are amazing Christ-centered people. God is so good, a divine meeting. And yes, it is. And we have Corey Fox. Corey Fox, he says, hello, beautiful queen. Hello, our amazing king. We're happy to have you here. And we got some L's because we were talking about, let's send you guys some love. We've got L's coming in from all over the place. We have Barbara Holmes Smith on with us. Great to see you. Just returned from Nairobi. So happy you made it back safely. And of course, we have people coming in from all over saying hello, sending love, sending their thoughts, and all of that. And Angela says, welcome, Dr. Christian. Good luck on your walk. We'll see you at the finish line. I love your story and your mission. And Corey Fox says, man, you talk in my language. I wasn't going to allow a rock to take me out of hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is, Miss Sparks, Miss Charlene Sparks, all the way from Greensboro, North Carolina. We are so happy. And check this out. Corey said he's here from Topeka, Kansas. And one of our Facebook users said they just shared it to Fox News and Newsmax. And so
all right.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate you. So let's get back in to this dynamic topic. Folks, if you're just joining us, this is News You Can Use. We came to you today for a wonderful update from this amazing man, Dr. Christian, and he is doing his thing. He's doing his walk, and there was no way that Pastor Hillary and I could not help him. And so here today, if you don't know, this is what it sounded like. Crash, smash, blinded. That was the sequence of events that he endured. Someone took a rock, a boulder, whatever you want to call it, on an overpass while Dr. Christian was driving down the highway, came through his windshield, crushed his skull, crushed his face, rendered him blind, but it did not render him without the love of his heart for people and for God. It did not pull his faith away. And so today he's here with us and we are talking about what, Hill?
We're talking about the face. No, we're talking about the forgiveness, reconciliation, United America walk. Yes,
Amen.
that's what it's
Amen.
all about today.
Amen. So that's what we're talking about. So, Dr. Christian, I'm going to go ahead and share something that you have shared with us so graciously about your organization and about the walk. So, let me go ahead and pull up the Face of Forgiveness Foundation, which you started, from what I understand. And it's up here on the screen, Doc, just so that you know. It's up here on the screen. So tell us a little bit about tell us as much as you like about the organization, how it got started, and why you started it.
Thank you, Dr. Lotus. The foundation really started back in 2003 or 4 when I was still in recovery. And locally, people began to ask me to come and share my experience. But I realized it was more than just sharing my experience, but it was trying to help to change a culture, if you will.
Mhm.
Because at that time, there were people dropping stuff off of railroad crossings and
Mhm.
off of
Yeah.
bridges and off of buildings, and other people were getting killed.
Right.
Shortly after I got hit in Ohio, there
Mhm.
was a couple on I-95 heading to Florida on their
Mhm.
honeymoon, and
Mhm.
someone dropped a rock off of a bridge right after mine, and the wife died on her honeymoon.
Wow.
And those kinds of things were just beginning to play in my mind, and I felt the need to try to be better prepared when people called me. And
Right.
so I began to go to schools and
Mhm.
to churches and talk to
Mhm.
children about how to make better decisions
Right.
and what bullying looks like. And when
Right.
you're taking the power over someone to drop a rock, you're really being a bully. And and so we began to do that in schools. And then I got a call from a couple of POs that were working with a prison here, Southeast Correctional. And I began to go there a couple of times a month because part of the curriculum for their prisoners were to do um, something with forgiveness for themselves as well
Right.
as for their victims. And so I became a part of their curriculum. And
Right.
and one thing has led to another. Over the years, I was getting so many invitations, and
Mhm.
we determined that we needed to move from being just a little mission project at the local church,
Mhm.
and we began to put this foundation together, doing the same kinds of things, but doing it with a bigger platform. And then,
Exactly.
of course, COVID hit just after we had gotten our
Mhm.
foundation credentials. And so
Mhm.
this is really our first big venture since we became a foundation. We've done other walks to promote ourselves and to promote and raise money so we can give away books and do things like we do.
Right.
When we walked from Columbus to Cleveland, that was almost 200 miles, and then from
Right.
Cincinnati to Columbus. So I've literally walked across the whole state of Ohio on different walks, and now we're faced with the challenge because I believe it's much more than just me telling the story. But I
Right.
challenge people to figure out where forgiveness needs to be instituted in their own lives,
Mhm.
where we need to see forgiveness in our communities,
Right.
and ultimately how the acts of forgiveness can actually change the way that America looks. And that's why I say uniting America, because I believe that it's through the act of forgiveness, the ability to reconcile our differences,
Mhm.
that will lead us ultimately to the experience of changing America. Somebody asked me
Right.
last night, was this political? And I
Right.
want to make clear, I'm not about, I'm not a politician, I'm a preacher.
Mhm.
I'm about what's good for our community and what's good for our country. And so it's not about what side you're on or what color you are. It's about what makes God's people be able to be unified together. And I believe that unification comes through our acceptance of each other and our
Right.
ability to want to share true love. Not a placated kind of situation, but a real, genuine, I see you as my equal, and I want you to see me as your equal.
Right.
And whatever we experience, we can do that together.
Awesome. Awesome. So I know Pastor Hillary has some questions for you. And after her questions, I want to take a look at the walk because you're starting this walk soon. Pastor Hillary?
Tomorrow morning.
Exactly. You're muted, Pastor.
I know sorry about that. I know there are a lot of people, Dr. Christian, that are probably thinking like I thought when I heard you say you were walking, and I was thinking, okay, so who's walking with you? How are you going to do that exactly?
That's a great question, Pastor Hillary. I will be honest that some portions of this trip, I will actually walk by myself. I will be very safe and do it in a very safe manner. But on my last walk from Cincinnati, I was able to walk several miles by myself on the bike trails where it was very safe. The most I could do would be walk off the trail and into the tree. But that did not happen because I've had great people that have taught me how to navigate using my white cane. But for the most part, I have a grandson by the name of Johannes Christian II and another grandson, John, that will be with me throughout the entire trip. We'll walk in tandem. We'll have about a 12-inch stick that will be between us that both of us will hold on to, and I'll have my cane in my opposite hand to make sure I can feel the surface of the road in front of me. We also have a videographer who's going to be going with me from start to finish, videotaping the entire trip so that we'll have it as a record of that we have actually done it and allow people to see what it was, how crazy it looked on the road while we were walking. And then I have other individuals, I have board members, have a minister, Minister Maurice Walker, who's actually in the house with me right now. He's actually the treasurer for our foundation, and he'll be walking. I have other nieces and nephews that are walking. I have several professional people that'll be walking with me. Some of my lodge brothers are going to meet me all at different days and different points in time, and be able to share this walk with me. Walker, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Come on over here. You don't mind, Dr. Hillary? I've got Minister Maurice Walker. He's one of the associates at our church. Help me with the name of our church. Adoration and Peace Baptist Church. Oh my God. Of which I'm the founder of. Can you imagine? I can't even think this morning. He is a wonderful man. He's been behind the scenes as a treasurer for the foundation. He really helped me put the foundation together. He's also works in a lawyer's office, and I forget his official title, but he's a big guy down there in the attorney's office, and he just helps me with all my legal concerns. And he's a wonderful brother. He's just a wonderful, loving brother. And I'm so glad you can get your face on the screen. The folks can know who's behind me. Okay. In fact, we just had T-Head Lou, who's been my computer instructor since I came home from the rehab center 20 years ago. He and one of my nurses that I've had for 20 years as well. Is that still here? Abdul?
No, Abdul left.
Okay. He's already gone. But T-Han is going to be sending out a drone tomorrow. When we step off a couple of miles out, he's going to pick me up on a drone and be videotaping this walk and communicating with me over the speaker from his drone.
Oh, wow.
I'm just exciting. Beyond excited. The phone has been ringing off the hook literally today with all kinds of people calling. So, But I
So,
think the next question, I'm sorry, I just taking over. I forgot I'm not doing the interview. I'm being interviewed.
soon as
Fantastic. So, Dr. Christian, we know that the walk, you're going to start walking tomorrow. And
Yes.
so I wanted to take a look at the walk schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I see this cart here, and we coming back to that because I want to talk about that cart. Forgiveness and Reconciliation, Uniting America 2021. This is your walk schedule. So Friday, you're gonna, which is tomorrow, you're gonna be starting out in Ohio, Ronaldsburg. You're gonna be passing through Hebron and is that graded? And then Saturday, you'll be leaving graded. You'll be walking through Zanesville and Cambridge. And then Sunday, you're going to be walking through Cambridge and Barnesville. And then Monday, Barnesville to Wheeling. And you're going to do a rally in Wheeling. And
Yes.
then on Tuesday, you're going to be leaving from Wheeling to Graysville, PA. Okay. And then to Carmichael. And so this is a real comprehensive schedule of how you're going to come through all of these different towns. So I want to put all of these towns, Wheeling and Graysville and Carmichael and Barnesville and Zanesville and Reynoldsburg and Hebron and Gator and Springfield, WV and Frostburg and Addison, PA and Capernbridge and Berryville and Leesburg and Vienna, Washington, Leesburg, Virginia, all these places, you are on notice that he is coming through your town. And I implore you, if you are able, jump out and walk with him for a couple of steps if you're able. And if you're not able, go ahead and support him. Come to the page right here. You see it right here up top, faceofforgiveness.org, the walk schedule. You see it. You can jump on and you yourself can be a part of this wonderful walk. You can buy a t-shirt if you so choose or what have you. But here is where you can go and check out the walk and find out what's going on so you can be a part of it. You can join Dr. Christian. And so, Dr. Christian, I want to know how people can actually support you. I know you have a Face of Forgiveness page. You've got your foundation going on. And I want to talk a little bit about that and let people know how they can support you because, okay, we have the walk schedule right there, but let's go on over to how they can support you. Okay, so I'm going to pull that up on the screen. And here is your website. People can go to your website, your landing pages, and they can give. They can look at your video. And people are already starting to give. We have Michael Thomas. I want to send a special thank you and shout out to Michael Thomas. If you're watching, if Michael Thomas isn't on, somebody send this out to Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas 4 days ago made a donation of $100, and he said, God bless the journey and the purpose. So thank you, Michael. And if any one of you are out there and you want to contribute, you want to come on the show, you want to talk about the importance of forgiveness, Pastor Hillary, what do you think? Can we bring them on the show?
we can definitely do that.
All right, fantastic. So, Apostle Steve Sorghum, aka the dominant hair, he made a donation of $100. Dominion Air. Dr. Yes. Stan Harris.
Yes, Dr. Breakthrough. Yes.
Yeah, he made a donation of $100. And Hillary Gooden made a donation of $80. Natalie made a donation, okay, of $10. So look, folks, any amount donation, we appreciate it. And then someone else made an anonymous donation. He said, or she said, travel safely, Dr. Christian. May your powerful message be heard by all. And then Steve Shapiro made a
Yes.
donation of $200. He said, "Walk on, my brother. Thank you for your tireless commitment to making the world a better place." And then, Hillary, who else made a donation right here?
Dr. Lotus, if I could jump in a minute while Hillary
Of
is looking.
course, please do.
I've got Nicole Christian, who has an agency in Long Island, New York, has donated $250, which is not
Awesome.
showing on the screen because she actually sent it to PayPal, so it didn't get picked up on the Give Better. When I was in Peoria, Illinois, the weekend before last, Danny Iyer, who is one of my young men in ministry, I've been mentoring him for the last 3 years. He donated $1,000, gave me $500 in cash while I was there, and then cash apped another
Awesome.
$500. To date, we have raised, and I've just sent this out to Mr. Chin, so it'll all be reflected on the total there on the website. But we have Mr. Bass, who's with Hope Tokens. He's donated $18,000 value of Hope Tokens to the foundation. And then the Wendy's Foundation has donated another $5,000 to the foundation. So we are somewhere over $27,000, which is about a quarter of where I want to be. And we haven't stepped off to walk yet.
Awesome. And that is so amazing. So thank you to Hope Tokens. Thank you to Wendy's. Wendy's came on last week, I think it was. Just like gangbusters. We appreciate you. And here's the thing: McDonald's, Burger King. I think we were reaching out to Les Brown and so many other people. We need your support. CBS, NBC, all the local news medias, all the global news medias, we need your support. We welcome your help. And for those of you that want to be anonymous, we welcome you. Donate to us. Help us help this dream come true, because this is the face of forgiveness. This is a walk that Dr. Johannes Christian is doing to raise money to help people, not just next door to him, but all around the world. So, wow.
It's my hope, Dr. Lotus, that one of the things that I say very often in my opportunities to speak to people is that it's important to me to know that I've left a footprint in the sand of time. Sometimes people's lives pass away and there's really no reason for them to be remembered. And I believe part of my purpose is to leave a way for other people who are being bullied to figure out how they can deal with that, or to even stop a person from being a bully.
Right.
I believe that the purpose of the foundation is to help those children who have been involved with domestic violence to be able to find peace of mind.
Right.
My heart has always been for the children that are orphans and for those that are in foster care or adoptive care, and being an adoptive parent, for several times, and have been a foster parent for 40 years. Children play an important role in my life. And I believe that's what this foundation is all about.
Awesome. That is so amazing. And Dr. Christian, I know Dr. Hillary had to jump off. I know she's doing some things with the church, so she may have had to jump off. But again, we want to thank you to Wendy's, thank you to Hope Tokens, and thank you to all of our other contributors that have already gave, and some that are still trickling in. Yes. I double dog dare you, text somebody, touch somebody, and tell them about what's going on. And so, Dr. Christian, I also heard and know that you are going to be featured in a magazine in Burundi, Africa, called Rise and Shine. And on the front cover of that magazine is the remarkable Queen of Soul herself, okay, Miss Martha Hyde. She worked and she toured with the godfather of soul, Mr. James Brown, for so many years. And how amazing that you guys are doing a double header on the Rise and Shine magazine in Burundi, Africa. That's amazing.
That
So
is
tell me a little
amazing.
bit about that. How did that feel to know that you're featured on the magazine and in the magazine?
First of all, I'm just blown away by the fact that I'm in a magazine.
That's awesome.
Grateful
I
for
think
that
we
to
lost you.
start.
Okay, there we go.
You got it? Yeah. So that's an experience that I've never experienced before. And so I am so grateful, so grateful that somebody saw the value of my life of this walk to even put it on a magazine and for it to be in Burundi, South Africa. I mean, it's just amazing to me. I have such a love for Africa that I've been there several times. Been to Johannesburg and up to Eritrea and Zambia. It's just amazing to have that happen. I just can't believe it. And so I'm grateful to God for however He's brought it about, and the part that you've played and other people have played to make that happen.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I got to say, it is unequivocal that, this is something that is well needed, well deserved. And we just thank each and every one for, just stepping up and working with Dr. Christian. And we invite each and every one of you out there to support this mission, support his efforts in what he's doing to bring a better world of forgiveness about. And so that kind of wraps up our 15 minutes of success. We've shared a bit with you all about how to reach out to Dr. Christian, and I'm going to put it back here on the screen. You can go right to Forgiveness and Reconciliation Uniting America Walk. Here's his page. You can go to Give Butter. You can go to his landing page as well, and you can purchase his shirts and all that. And I'm going to bring that up before we go. But for now, I'm going to show you his commercial. Here goes. Forgiveness, it can be a challenge. And quite frankly, it's as hard or as easy as we make it. Many people say, what is the face of forgiveness? It's a multifaceted thing. It's a decision that we can make. It's a belief in something greater than ourselves. It's a personal strength. It's the courage to stay positive in unhappy situations. It's compassion amidst injustice. It's the deep desire to put others' welfare above our own. Once you decide you can forgive, well, the world is your oyster and it will change your life for the better. So join the Face of Forgiveness Walk 2021. That's right, Forgiveness and Reconciliation Uniting America Walk, October 15th through the 30th, 2021. Starting in Columbus, Ohio, finishing in Washington, D.C. Please join us at www.faceofforgiveness.com and grab your ticket to this amazing event today.
Are we still on? I don't see her talking. I don't know if it's. Did it freeze? All right, Mr. Technician, what do we do here?
I don't think it's on your end.
Okay.
Your camera's still showing.
Her?
Huh?
You still see her?
You can see her and yourself.
Facebook Live vertical bar Facebook and 2 more big.
Yeah, it's on her. Tell her you can't hear her.
Hillary, I can't. Dr. Lotus, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, guys.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yes, there we go. Now you
Now,
can hear me.
now
So,
we can
Coach,
hear you.
all
Now we can
right.
hear you. Hold on.
This is the
We're on
landing
live.
page
We're on live.
for Dr. Christian. And so what you can do, you can go right to that landing page and you can go ahead, you can purchase your things for the walk. So let me scroll down. Not only can you purchase your things from the walk, right up here is his email address and his phone number. You can also click the donate button right there. And when you click the donate button, here you see you can donate to the Face of Forgiveness via PayPal. Okay. You can make a monthly donation or you can go ahead and make a one-time donation. So let me make sure that you're seeing that page. Give me 1 second and I'm going to get that screen up for you so you can see that. It's very, very simple. So here's the donate page. All I did was I went to the yellow tab on the top of the previous screen. I clicked on there, and here you have donate to the Face of Forgiveness LLC. You can make a monthly donation, or if you'd like to add your donation to help offset the cost of the processing fees, you can do that as well. And then let's go back to the other screen because I want to show you some great things. Here we go. There it goes. All right. And so you can come down. Of course, you can watch his video again if you want to share it with somebody. It talks to you a little bit about the journey of forgiveness, how it all started, and the reason for undertaking this event. And don't he look dapper in his black suit? Yep, in his bow tie. And this is what happens with your donations. Your donations at work. This is what your donations are doing. Donations will be given to two 501c3 agencies in Columbus, Ohio, the Mid Ohio Board for Independent Living Environment called Mobile, and the Faith of Forgiveness Foundation. Okay. And so you can hear from Dr. Christian. He's got a couple of interviews that he's done. He also spoke at the a recent conference in Kansas, I think it was, or Missouri, and you can go and listen to him there. But here you can also donate to Face of Forgiveness. Here is more stuff about the walk, the map, and if you want to join him, we have places to let you know how to join. And now right here, the final day of the walk, Saturday, October 30th, you are invited to the black tie event. You can buy your ticket right here to the black tie event dinner. Right here is going to be the celebration to celebrate the forgiveness walk. So you definitely want to be a part of that. Children, the tickets are only $20. Adults, only $40. You cannot beat that. And then for those that want to support, you can give your donations because they can change someone's life. You can get your Krispy Kreme donuts and you can click right there. You can order them. So we've made everything streamlined. And then the Face of Forgiveness. You can get your Face of Forgiveness walk mug. It's only $10. And then if you want to get the mug and the t-shirt, you can get the mug and the t-shirt, and it's only $20. And look, it's a steal because the t-shirt alone is $15, and you can order that today and be a part of what's going on. And then don't forget, you can go to Amazon and you can get his Face of Forgiveness book and The Power That Is in You, the anti-bullying affirmations book. And you can buy that all right here from his landing page. So you can go there, and I'll have the landing page copied and put on the comments for you to go right there to the landing page, buy your tickets, buy your shirts, buy your cups, buy your ticket for the black tie event, and much, much more. And so, having said that, I want to thank you, Dr. Christian, for being here, for being a part of the show. I want to thank you for all your supporters that have come to help you to just do what you're doing. It's unequivocal that the time is now. It is time for the Face of Forgiveness walk, and people all around the world can join us at the dinner, the black tie event, They can contribute and get donuts from Krispy Kreme. They can buy their mugs, their t-shirts, or get the combination. And so again, Dr. Christian, I just thank you and I appreciate you. And we thank each and every one of you that are out there all around the world. So please share this broadcast. So Dr. Christian, before we close our broadcast, I would love for you to have your final words of wisdom to address all of the folks all around the world who's joining in on what you're doing. Dr.
Thank,
Christian.
thank you so much, Dr. Lotus. I think in closing, I'd like to say that it's a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to show the unity that forgiveness can bring as it unites people together. I encourage everybody out there to think about where you have needed to forgive others and where you have received forgiveness from others. Let that be the premise for which we go forward on. That last 3 miles in D.C., we're going to gather at the Lincoln Park, right at the Mary McLeod Bethune statue, and walk off from there to the Martin Luther King statue, where our 10 o'clock rally will be held, in addition to the black tie event that you've talked about so graciously. And we really appreciate you helping to put this out so that people will know what's happening. I think in closing, there's just a word of wisdom that I've heard and that I've taken to heart. It was really meant for the Jews by the great Creator when he said, "If my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then would I hear from heaven. I would forgive their sins and heal their lands." That's what I'm hoping will be the final result from the Forgiveness, Reconciliation, Uniting America Walk 2021. Thank you.
So there you can hear a report.
Dr. Hillary, Dr.
Yes.
Lotus, I cannot hear you.
Yes, sir.
There
So
we go.
thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Thank you for all that you're doing, Dr. Christian, to help usher us into a wonderful way of forgiving. And also, thank you to all of our viewers out there, all of the supporters, and all of the sponsors. Thank you for what you've already done and what you are still yet doing for this journey. So, Dr. Christian, and to all of our viewers that are watching now, and those of you that's going to hit the replay, we thank you for joining this journey. And we invite you to meet us in Washington, D.C. for the Black Tie event. And so, with no further ado, Dr. Christian, I'd like to share your video with the rest of the world as we say farewell and so long from news that you can use. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Forgiveness, it can be a challenge.
You want to mute us?
Many people say, what is the place of forgiveness? It's a multifaceted thing. It's a decision that we can make. And something greater than ourselves. It's a personal strength. It's the courage to stay positive in unhappy situations. It's the compassion amidst injustice. It's the deep desire to put others' welfare above our own. Once you decide you can forgive, well, the world is your oyster, and it will change your life for the better. So join the Face of Forgiveness Walk 2021. That's right, Forgiveness and Reconciliation Uniting America Walk, October 15th through the 30th, 2021. Starting in Columbus, Ohio, finishing in Washington, D.C. Please join us at www.faceofforgiveness.com and grab your ticket to this amazing event today. Again, thank you again to everyone who has helped along this journey. We want to say thank you again to all of the supporters, Wendy's, but most importantly, we thank God for Dr. Christian, and we thank God for his family because they have been a tremendous help. So thank you to the Dr. Christian family. So until we meet again, it's been a blast that we know must last. From News You Can Use, Dr. Pastor Hillary Gooden, and of course, myself, Dr. Lotus Rashay. We thank you and we hope that we've given you great value and news that you can use. Take care and have a great day.